What's happening, family? Once again, it's your partner C Mac, lobster and shrimp, and we're gonna get it in, we're gonna get it in tonight. Tonight we're gonna talk about why men disregard good women and mess with women that's not on a level, and why certain women are players and certain men are playettes. I mean, certain women are playettes and certain men are players. Yeah, we're gonna get it in, you know. Oh yeah. Well, look, uh, to my ladies, we have a lot of beautiful ladies. We have a lot of them, you know, and we have some that ain't so beautiful, but at the same time, to my ladies that look good, a lot of times, niceness just don't work with y'all. You know, a man could, he could open the door for y'all. He could rub your back for y'all. He could work real hard for y'all. But if he's a blue collar type of guy, you know, a lot of times that's not enough. Especially if he's a nice guy, because certain women is, attracted to power. They're attracted to status quo. That's why when y'all meet a certain guy, he might be nice, but y'all take him through certain measures that y'all wouldn't take a guy that, might be in the entertainment, you know, industry, or he might be, a famous rapper, or, somebody that, that might have some money, or own a corporation or something. Y'all treat them different, based on their status, you know. And a lot of times, it doesn't have anything to do with what kind of man he is. I mean, shit, he could be any kind of man, to where this other average, this blue collar guy, he got to prove to you, he got to be worthy of certain things to where this man doesn't because of his status. So a lot of times, women, you are giving a guy the power to be accepted based on him just having a status, because that's the man that you are flocked to. You know what I'm saying? You are flocked to, wealthy men in this society. You know, they don't really have to prove to you what kind of man they are. And for the most part now, a lot of women are not even concerned with that. I mean, if you ask a woman, okay, what kind of man you like? She might say a man that has a nice personality. He can make me laugh. Church going man, or a man that fear God. Fear God man, or just a guy that's gonna love me. Okay, you might say like, okay, well, what's wrong with that? Well, it has nothing to do with his principles, his morals, his character, his history, what kind of childhood did he have? Well, what kind of habits do he have? Do he take, if he has children, does he take care of his children? I mean, a lot of these things need to go into consideration when you're getting with a guy. And a lot of times, as long as a guy can do a few things for y'all, you know, women are fine with that. So, ladies, that's where, you're having a lot of your problems with men, you know. Or you'll get a man and, you'll be saying to yourself, well, I'm a good woman and I got this guy and, I'm doing all this and that for him and he's not doing anything or really trying to bring anything to the table. And you like, well, damn, what's the problem? And, the problem is, a lot of guys, they're not, they might not have had that loving family support, or they might not have had people in their life that were relevant, or they might not be accustomed to having things or having a good woman. So when they want to cross one, they really don't know what they got. So since they don't know what they got, they disregard that and they look towards what they identify with. So what they're used to. It's just like, you give a man that ain't never had a nice car, you give him a nice car. Or you give a man that ain't never had no money $1,000,000. They subject to go crazy. But a guy that's been accustomed to having nice things, you know, you give him something nice, even if he go, a little off to the left or the right, you know, it's easier for him to come back because he's used to having these type of things. You see what I'm saying? So, that's just something to think about and look at. But, like I say, with my ladies, a lot of times, you know, growing up, a lot of guys just wanted the nice looking women. And, certain guys, if they didn't have no game or if they wasn't popular or all that, they didn't get those type of women. So you had a lot of times you had certain guys that was in high school once they got out of high school and they might did real well, and the same ladies that didn't want them in high school, they be wanting them now because of their status quo. At least that's how they see it. So, you're giving him that power because you're accepting him now based on what type of guy he is now. You know what I'm saying? Because he has certain things that you feel that, may benefit you. You see what I'm saying? But he might have been the same guy before, but you didn't look at him like that. You didn't identify him as the guy he grown into. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the nice guy scenario, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with the average woman, even if the guy is a blue collar guy. And he's working hard. He gets his woman what he can, but he can't really give her everything she wants. A lot of times, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough, or a woman feels like she might want more, or she feels like she could do better. Because a lot of times it don't matter what you get a woman, she's not happy. It's always more. It's always more. It's always more. So you could do more, or she wants more. But to my women, that's not like that. That's good women. And you study doing for this guy, doing certain things for him. And, he just fucking up, or he just out here, running the streets with women that's not on your level. That's an issue that he has with himself. It ain't got nothing to do with you, because you doing your part. But he got to appreciate you for what you're doing and understand you're the best thing for him going at this time. You're supporting him, you know what I'm saying? You're showing him like, look, I want to be with you and I want to be with you in this way. I'm willing to, show you by, giving you certain resources I might have or taking care of you. But you got to realize he has to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And he has to be willing to accept that and sacrifice certain things that he might want to do outside of you, outside of the situation, to and respect you and keep things going and try to progress with you as well. So, and a lot of times, like I say, if a guy's not really on your level, he's not thinking like that. He just gonna be focused on what he identifies with. And a lot of times that could be some bullshit, and like I say, there's nothing that you can really do about that. He might come out of that and he might not, because if he's used to, doing certain things a certain way or dealing with certain women, certain women that might not be, up to par like you are, he has grown to be accustomed to that, and so that's just something he used to, and to him that's normal. You see what I'm saying? To him that's normal. To, even though to you it might be abnormal. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, if you're in a situation like that and you're giving a guy, opportunity to get himself together and he just can't get right, you need to let that go. You need to definitely let that go. And and to my man, you need to realize your livelihood is like one of the most important things that you could ever have going for you. How you live. How you eat, who's supporting you. Where you live, how you live. If you got somebody supporting you and progressing, want to progress with you and helping you get these certain things you need in your life, man, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So just try to keep it tight. I know some of my dudes like, man, man, we be having habits out here, this, that, and the third. And I understand what a lot of you guys might be coming from with that. But at some point, you got to realize, man, you know, um, this person is if a person is really getting with you and doing certain things for you, that they wouldn't do for the average person, you have to learn how to appreciate that, learn how to deal with that, and like I say, learn how to show some appreciation and discipline, for that, respect that, and you know understand like, oh, well, you don't want to mess that up, especially that's not, average person ain't, average person ain't gonna just go out their way for you, consistently and continue, going out their way. So, just try to keep that tight, man, and everything will be all right, and definitely, you know, contribute, you might not contribute a lot, but do what you can. Let her know you appreciate her. Get her certain things periodically. Take her places certain. Periodically. So you want to keep that tight, and everything will be all right. But now, far as the lady players, you guys, you're visionary. We got that. We kind of curse with that. So ladies, you flock to these cute ladies. I mean, you go to these strip clubs, these guys is throwing money, they giving all their money to these women because they look good. And these guys have a woman at home, she probably a good woman. And they chasing that dream, you know, that dream. So, you know, you give the ladies to the attitude to where she feels like just because she looks good, she doesn't have to be really a good woman. She could just have, she could minimum skills as far as certain things she need to do as a woman and certain things she need to do for you, as long as she making you feel good and look good. And a lot of women feel like, well, I got all these guys talking to me and wanting me, and they're willing to do whatever for me, just because they look good, you know, just because they look good. But that good woman that's doing way more than what she's willing to do, that's the woman you treat like shit. It's like leaving a $30 job for a $10 job. That don't make no sense. Just because a woman look good doesn't mean she's a good woman. So you need to learn how to treat that accordingly. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you go to the Six Flags, it's entertainment. You can't stay there. You can't live there. You go there, you have a good time, you eventually have to leave and go home. That's reality. You know what I'm saying? And my brothers need to focus on reality, and not entertainment. Not entertainment. So, and a lot of these women that look real good, they're gonna sell you a dream, And what a lot of them don't realize is that them looks will fade. You will get old. It's a lot of old ladies that's you might see that had it going on a long time ago. Ain't nobody trying to get with them now because they old as hell. So eventually you gonna get old, and you're not gonna have those looks to be able to border with or work with. And that's something that my ladies need to realize. You know what I'm saying? If you run across a good guy, you're a cute, nice looking woman, don't take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that for granted. And if you want to keep that guy around, you might and if he really, sincerely, wants to be with you and do certain things for you, you need to really take that in consideration. Because I see a lot of that. I see, women that I went to high school with. That was fine as hell in high school. They looked real good. And, 10, 15 years later, you like, man, what the fuck happened to her? You know what I'm saying? Just in that little bit of time. And then a lot of the women that didn't look that good, now they looking good. So, especially if a woman is already built up at a young age, you know what I'm saying? Usually that's going to turn into fat, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really keep yourself together, work out to keep yourself looking good, So, my ladies, you need to take that in consideration, you know. And my fellas, you need to really understand, man, you need to just quit going out your way for a woman just because she look good. It need to be a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, everybody want a good looking woman, but at the same time, this good woman campaigning for you? Is this good woman willing to support you? Is she willing to meet you, come to the table with something? Is she willing to meet you halfway? You know what I'm saying? These are things that you have to take into consideration when you're dealing with a good looking woman. Not just, it's all about her. And she just got to, the idea like, oh, cool, I can get a guy like you to do this and that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, but eventually all that shit run out too. And like I say to my ladies, if you run across a guy and he just can't get it right, he just keep every time you turn around, he just fuck up after fuck up after mess up after mess up. You need to get away from that guy. He has issues. And definitely he need to get himself together. So that's a guy you need to back up off of. And to my fellas, you got a woman that look pretty good and she just, for some reason, she just can't keep a guy. All her excuses is guys do this and that and third and she ain't never at fault and she got kids and, she just, she's extreme about everything and, every little thing is a problem and ain't nothing ever good enough for her, and, you need to stay away from that type of woman. Because evidently she has some kind of psychological issues. It could be from childhood or, it could just be, life, you know, life, man, living life. Everybody, ain't gonna be able to stay strong and make it through a lot of these hurdles and a lot of these dilemmas. You know what I'm saying? So, it was nice rapping to your family. You know how we do it, you know what I'm saying? We gets it in, you know what I'm saying? And that's just uh, some topics that a lot of people have been asking me in the past, and they just wanted me to brush up on it and touch on it, and so I figured I would. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, yeah. Well, family, I'm out. I'm going to bed, but it was nice rapping to you. All right, now.